Hello everybody, this is George with Melnix Automotive. In this video I would like to show you how to set up a timing belt on any Honda or Acura J series engine. It could be 3.2 liter, 3.5 or 3.7, and they're all pretty much the same. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put the belt on, because a lot of you have emailed me. I do have a video that I did about a year ago, and I didn't have a tripod at the time, and I was doing it on the car, so I showed everything except putting the belt back on. I didn't have extra hands to help me videotape it. So I have an engine off the car, and it's perfect opportunity for me to go ahead and show you how to set it up. You will have to look at three timing marks on this engine, and I'm going to show those to you in a second. I used a Sharpie marker to went ahead and mark them so they're a little bit better visible on the camera. But if you take the plugs out, it'll be a lot easier for you to turn the engine afterwards. I didn't, and you don't have to do it. It just when you're done, you want to make 2 full turns. Alright, let's start looking at timing marks on these engines. Alright, first one is on the rear cylinder head that's facing the firewall. And as you could see, there's a slot here on the sprocket. And there's also a little slot which you can't see now because I used a Sharpie marker that I marked. And this back plate right here, this plate, it also has a notch in the plate. And I also went ahead and put the mark there with my Sharpie. So that's in the rear cylinder head. On the front cylinder head, very similar, just like the rear. The sprocket is a little different, and I'm sure you could see the numbers. This is number 1, number 6, number 3, number 5, number 2, number 4. You want to make sure it's at number 1. Okay, there's also a mark on this tooth here on the sprocket, but you can't see it obviously now because it's the Sharpie's there. And on this back cover, there's also a notch on the cover, and I also used the Sharpie to mark it so you guys could see a little better. And the last timing mark is right on the bottom on the crank. Okay, there's also, the crank should be at 12 o'clock, and there's a notch right over here, and I used the Sharpie. I went down, and there's also a little triangle right over here. Okay, if I had a laser with me, I would have probably been better at pointing though. But as you can see, again, timing mark here. There's a little dot. It's also a little triangle. Okay, and there's another one right in the back, right in the block right here. So you want to make sure that's at 12 o'clock and matches. Like that. So I do have my idler pulley, my water pump, and I do have my tensioner there. But I'm gonna install my I'm gonna show you now how to reset my hydraulic tensioner, which is here. And if you buy a new kit, that should be already reset for you. If it's not reset, then you have to reset it. And just watch the video, the best way to reset it. Alright guys, this is the easiest way to reset hydraulic belt tensioner, is like this. As you can see, there's a hole here, and then there's a hole here. So obviously this pin needs to be pressed into hydraulic tensioner here, and it's pretty hard to do it. The best way to do it is by obviously using a vise. If you have a nail, I have a pin like this, because I've done hundreds of these. When you buy a timing belt kit, this should be included in your kit, okay? And this will be already reset. But let's say you didn't do the timing right or something, that you need to pull the hydraulic tensioner off, you will have to reset it. And it's pretty easy. So all I do, I open up my vise. So I put it in my vise, and I start compressing it. till both of those holes match, so I could stick my pin in there. So as you can see, my pin goes right through. I can release it now, and as you can see, my hydraulic tensioner is reset, and I'm not going to pull it out because once I pull it out, it'll go off again. So now I'm ready to put it back on the car. So okay, since we have it all reset, now I'm going to go ahead and install it. It's a size 10, there's 2 black bolts that hold it in place. And if you get a new kit, like I said, this pin comes with it. If you don't have a new kit, you're just replacing a seal or something, then you could use like a nail, something that could fit in there. But it has to be hard metal. It can't be something soft that will bend, because there's a lot of force in that pin. Okay, so as you can see, my hydraulic tensioner is there, both of my pulleys there, my new water pump, and all my timing matches perfectly fine. I'm going to show you how I install the belt in just a second. Alright, it's time for the belt. Like I said, Honda, in my other video, Honda makes a tool that you could lock both of these sprockets in place so they don't move, but you don't need to have the tool to get this job done. Usually what I do, I either call somebody who could hold a wrench for me. This sprocket usually wants to jump back. Most of the time it could stay in spot, but when you start fitting the belt, a lot of times a little bit of a movement there and the sprocket jumps back. So I usually either call somebody that's in the shop that could hold an open end wrench for me, size 17, on both of those sprockets while I fit the belt. But most of the time I'm successful by myself. A lot of times they don't jump, but if it's trying to jump on you, get an extra hand and have them hold it for you. So now I'm going to go ahead and fit the belt. It goes right underneath the water pump, right back to the sprocket. You want to make sure you get it right in on every single tooth. And when you're doing this on the car, it's a lot harder though. It's a lot harder and things like that. So then what I do, I pull the bottom sprocket off. It comes off fairly easy. Okay, and there's a key. You don't want to lose this key. It's very important you put the back. And since I have this off, I'm going to try to zoom in and show you that little notch I was talking about. If you look at it, you could see it. That little dot right there, it's supposed to match the 12 o'clock position. Okay, so now I have it on there, and I'm going to go ahead and put this key back in. And sometimes it's a little tricky. You have to have patience. I mean, this job, if you were to take it to the dealership with parts, they're probably going to quote somewhere around $1,200, because I know that pretty good. I've done already hundreds of these engines and things like that. Just fell out. And then, as you can see, I have my belt kind of off of those pulleys. The reason why is I need to have a little bit of slack. And like I said, if you have two people helping you, they can kind of turn the sprocket by just a hair, just to loosen up the belt so you can get the ski in, and then they can put it back where it belongs. But since I'm doing it myself here, I'll just work with it back and forth. We just need to put the key in there. Got my key back in there. I'm going to push the belt back on so it's sitting right on the idler pulley. And all I have to do right now, I want to verify one more time, make sure my marks match, okay? And I'm going to take my camera closer. As you can see, that is matching. That's matching. And if you look right in the bottom, I'm going to see if I could get my camera right on it. And since I had my finger, as you could see, I had my finger on there, so the Sharpie a little bit wore off. But this is that point, and this is that tooth. And if you follow my finger and up, and we go. So we match that little triangle. So we're perfect. All we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go ahead and pull this pin out, and that will release the tensioner, and my belt will be locked. All right, you can see the tension on my belt. Okay, so I'm gonna set my camera back down, and I'm gonna make 2 full turns. And this point here, this point, and the bottom will match after I make 2 full turns. It's gonna be 2 full turns on the bottom, and it'll be one full turn on top. As you can see, the key slides very easily when everything is. You want to make sure the key stays there when you put everything back, because if this key falls out, because right now it moves fairly easy, because everything it's just the way it's supposed to be. But it will take 2 full turns, and if my marks match, I'm safe to put all my covers back on. I know for sure it will not bend valves, because this is an interference engine. It will bend valves if you don't have, if there's an issue. So it'll be hard to turn because I got my spark plugs in there. It's going to be a lot of compression. Alright, it's coming right up. Just about there. Alright, as you can see, I made 2 full turns on the bottom, and if you pull the spark plugs out, it makes it a lot easier. But I made 2 full turns, and look at my sprockets. Matches, and my bottom also matches perfectly fine. So that's how you set up a timing belt on any J series engine. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. Otherwise, thanks for watching. This was George with Melnick's Automotive.